A warm welcome back to the channel, everybody. You know, it dawned on me, it's about time I had some American muscle turning up at my parking bay. Oh, I've just had notification. There's been another car delivered to the Mike's Tech and Toys and Slot Cars parking bay. Oh my gosh, would you look at this beauty? People, this is the Scalextric Chevrolet Camaro IROC-Z. And of course, if you're going to talk about muscle cars from the 80s, there's no way you can't or do not mention this bad boy. Let's get it off the stand. Right, first things first, can we just appreciate the paint job on this model? I'm going to call it straight away. I don't know if it was a different method used, but the finish on this vehicle, take a closer look, is second to none out of my collection that I've shown you so far, which isn't a lot, but trust me, it's going to get really big, my collection of slot cars, especially Scalextric ones. So, I mean, take a good look. First and foremost, that beautiful sort of metallic, sparkly paint job that they've given to this particular vehicle. And another thing I'm noticing, there doesn't appear to be any overspray or anything like that. When I say overspray, obviously I'm talking about as if this was in the real world. If you look on certain models, like the two or three I did before, once I've edited the video, okay, and I'm looking back at the processed or rendered 4K footage, you can see that slight little, I wouldn't call them errors, because remember, this is 1:32 scale, so it's fairly small, and yet for Scalextric to still put that amount of detail in, you do see the slight, what looks like, if it were in the real world, overspray and little tiny little errors here and there. But oh my gosh, looking at this one, because I've got two screens in this place that I'm using to film, one of them is a 4K monitor, so I'm looking at the images live from my camera onto that monitor. Everything looks like it was done with absolute precision. And I tell you what, as we're on this angle of the car, let's start, as always, with the wheels. How substantial do they look? Now, it being a muscle car from the 80s, it's not going to have any of those namby-pamby fancy low-profile tyres and all of that sort of stuff. No. This is going to have your fat tyres and your in-your-face, solid almost looking alloys. Look at these babies. So typically these would have been 16-inch wheels with 50 series tyres, and I must say this particular IROC-Z is the racing model, and as beautifully demonstrated on this Scalextric model, the car itself was also lower down to the ground, hugging those wheels even more than your standard everyday road version. Right, now, concentrating on this model, can we just appreciate the livery on this? And if you look even closer right there, and I'm telling you, as small as this is, and I will prove it to you now, showing you an image I took of this, it's printed perfectly. It says IROC. Okay, it could have just been a little outline of something where the IROC livery little sticker thing should be, but they've literally put it there. You can see the letters. Amazing. And then at the rear, above the wheel arch, you have Budweiser and of course number 22. Look at the roof. You have the Goodyear livery and a massive number 22. Now, let's keep it at this angle, because we cannot overlook how well they have done the rear windscreen and inside the rear windscreen. Can you see that? Can you see the detail that they've gone into? This is beautifully done. It's crystal clear simulated glass, which is good. They could have cut corners and just put something there similar to glass, but that looks good. Right, let's take a look at the windshield or the front window. As you can see, they have simulated the front window supports there. You've got 3 And here on the rear windshield, you also have your window supports there, very nice. But does it have a roll cage? You bet your bottom dollar it has. Attention to detail on point yet again. There, look, there's your roll cage, and it's a complete one too. That's what I like about it. It's not just two little plastic bars right there and there. It's literally completely around the cabin of that car, as it were. And can we appreciate the tiny little exhausts you've got on the side here? Naturally, it's on the other side also. In fact, let's get to the other side. There you go. And of course, everything on this vehicle is replicated on either side. Let's get back to the driver's side. Again, attention to detail, loving the driver right there, holding onto the steering wheel and the helmet. No, he's not holding onto the helmet. What I'm saying is, and the helmet. Look at the detail. It is correct of its time. Back then, back in the day, that was the style of helmets these type of drivers would wear. As we take a look at the front, can I just say, doesn't this vehicle complement its surroundings? Again, just the way they have done the paintwork on this is sublime. I'm loving that sparkly, speckly effect on the paint. I used to have that on one of my cars. Very nice. And loving the livery again. On this particular model, no, the headlights are not functioning headlights. Having a look at the rear, very nice. Actually, let me just turn off the actual lighting inside this parking bay. There you go. Might be able to see things a bit better, especially through that rear windscreen. Absolutely love it. But yeah, at the rear, again, lovely livery there. Goodyear, Budweiser. Of course, you've got your Chevrolet logo there too. And I've just noticed something from the top. Oh, actually, if I leave it as it is, you can see them anyway. What looks like these sort of studs right there. Same again along the bonnet, the hood. Very nice, and loving the detail on the grille. They look like real grills, for crying out loud. Very nice. Okay, as always, quick look underneath before we take it to the track. I'm excited for this. I've done something a little bit more to the track too. Anyway, on here, nicely done, very neat. Unlike its real counterpart, there's some modern additions to this vehicle right there for the slot car world. You can remove that little door, pop in a little digital chip, and that can be used on your digital tracks. But I don't use digital tracks. Not yet. I don't see the need for it. Not for what I'm doing. And what I've got, I'm very happy with. So, as we're talking about tracks, shall we take this baby for a test run? And what I'd like you to do, as I'm running this around the track, have a look at my track layout and see if you see anything different. Anything new. Anything that's kind of trying to replicate what's going on in Las Vegas.